3, 1, 1, 1, hello, 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 1, 2, 3, hello, this is mic check, mic check. Hello everyone, I would like to welcome you to another edition of an online webinar that we are trying to give out every couple of weeks to all of you who are interested to find out more about our devices, our software, and this time we will be talking about the LED accessories that we offer to clients that want to work not only with digital addressable pixels but also with standard or single color pixels. You can see that I've got a lot on the table today. Hopefully it will be a quick presentation of what different accessories, different gadgets can do, and if you will have any questions, please write them in the chat on YouTube, where I will be more than happy to answer those as soon as possible. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Again, mic check. If you have any issues hearing me properly. We've got one more window, Ben. If you can close it up there. Thanks. Properly, please let me know also in the chat, and we will try to amend the sound a little bit so that you will be able to hear me better, perhaps. If you have any questions afterwards, you can send us an email, write us on WhatsApp, and if you want a presentation that I have prepared for you, it will be also available for you to download. Just email me and I will be more than happy to share it. And I think that's it, right, Ben? We can probably jump into the presentation that I have prepared for you. At the beginning, just a little bit about our company. So we are LED Strip Studio. We've been on the market for over 15 years, producing and developing everything in regards to LED pixels. Whether it is a software, LED Strip Studio software that you can download for free and have fun with it, or whether it is or our RLEC 3 controller, SPI Matrix, Reactivo. We've got a bunch of stuff with which you can control your digital pixels, and in pair with the software you can play intricate effects on those. You can use different means how to trigger those effects. Some of our previous webinars were on this very topic, so make sure to check those out. They are available on YouTube for you to check, and yeah, if you have any questions, please comment. We, as I mentioned, produce a couple LED controllers. The flagship is LEC3, 4096 pixels. You can daisy chain multiple controllers in a row, and you can control very large installations. We can use our custom protocol or ArtNet, which is a standard in the world of show business. So yes, our devices are also compatible with third-party software as well. We are located in Bratislava, Slovakia, which is Central Europe, and we ship worldwide. Within Europe, it's usually within 3 days, worldwide up to 5 days. If you need anything extra, anything special, or anything very, very fast, make sure to email us and we can always find a solution for everything. We've done a lot of TV studios in the past, and we are continually producing or preparing installations for different live events. We've got our branch of LED dance costume performances. Tron Event Agency is the name. You can go check those out. They look pretty awesome, and they are great for any kind of event that you might need. Also, we are developing some custom accessories, custom controllers, custom boards for clients that need to have for their projects accessories in larger quantities, and they are looking for specific device or for specific gadget. We can also do this custom development for a client that is in a need of such. I think that's it for the company. Very briefly, I wanted to mention what we do, where we've been, and where we are going. So if we have this behind us, we can go straight into the first gadget or first accessory that I want to talk about, and that is SPI shifter, SPI pixel shifter. I can show you how does it look. It's this PCB. So as you can see, it's pretty long. It has 12 outputs, and you can use it within 5 to 24 volt range. as the name suggests, you can send the signal from your, for example, SPI matrix into your pixel shifter. We are using standard Cat6 or Cat5 cable for data transmission. The advantage is that you can send the signal over a long distance, up to 100 meters, with standard Cat5 cable, and you can daisy chain multiple pixel shifters in a row. In total, you can have, I think I have it here, 32 devices in a chain, and that will give you a total of 1,200 pixels. And that is the limit, also upper limit of the output, of single output of the controller. And why it might be an interesting accessory, interesting gadget for your project? Well, since you are sending the signal into the shifter, and then you have 12 outputs. This was, by the way, developed for custom hanging lamps, chandeliers. Since you can send the signal and then there are 12 outputs, you don't have to connect the ends of the pixels, or the ends of the pixels in this case, yes. You don't have to connect them together. So this is a similar device to an SPI lamp controller. Perhaps we can play some effect on it. For that we have to go into the web config. So we will just play color snake. So it's similar to SPI lamp, where you also come with a signal into single SPI lamp device, and then the remaining portion for remaining pixels travels to your next SPI lamp. So this is a similar design. However, what it does, it's shifting the signal for your pixel into another output. And great advantage is that you don't have to connect the ends of pixels together, and you can hang your pixels. There are a couple of mounting holes on the pixel shifter. You can find the technical specification on our website, either in eShop or in the product page of the SPI pixel shifter. So there are a couple of mounting holes on each side so that you can place your PCB somewhere and then hang your pixels from it. So overall, it can be a nice addition for specific cases, for specific projects. Yeah, overall, it can help you with many different installations. You can find everything in regards to the pixel shifter on the page in the shop section, for example, where you can go into, where you can also find the technical specification, which looks like this, where you can find the info, what is, for example, the total, how many amps you can send into a single output, and the total throughput of the pixel shifter. So that way you can plan what pixels you can use in your project in pair with the pixel shifter. And you can send out a WS, classic typical WS signal, the IC I mean, and it can travel over a long distance, since we are sending a differential signal from the controller into the pixel shifter, similarly as in or with SPI lamp. For this specific presentation, I am using a specific type or a special type of SPI matrix. You've probably seen it already, but I will show it to you again. Instead of classic Phoenix connectors that we have on the back for LEC3 or SPI matrix, on this we've got RJ45 ports. You can't power your strips or your pixels through this, but you can use straight away an Ethernet cable straight from the shop and send the signal from your device into your gadgets like SPI pixel shifter. So if you don't need to power your pixels through the output of the device, this is a good option for you to purchase. It is on request, so if you want to have for your projects controllers with RJ45 instead of the Phoenix green connector, just email us and we will have them ready for you on notice. I wonder whether there is any question, Ben, in regards to this. And I think that I went very briefly through this. Oh yes, and you can find separate video on how to create the mapping in the software for the pixel shifter on our YouTube. So make sure to go there and check that out as well. Another gadget that we really like, and also our customers like, and I was also talking about this previously on a couple of occasions, is our DMX TRX box, which is basically a 8-channel DMX switcher, which you can use to send DMX into our controller and trigger up to 7 effects. I've got one here. It has the same box as SPI Matrix or LEC3, so it's the same size. Good thing is that not only it is the same size, but also it has the holes to mount the L brackets, so you can place it wherever you need or you want to. And also there is an option to mount a DIN rail mounting profile when you want to mount the DMX TRX onto a DIN rail. So you can place it anywhere, for example, close to your controller or close to where you actually want to have the buttons. And those buttons can really be any kind of switch where there is on and off position, and you can have up to 8 of those buttons. The first button or the first channel will always turn everything off, and then the remaining 7 buttons will trigger the animation from 1 to 7. So you have to have your effects stored on an SD card, prepared in advance or in LED Strip Studio software, and you will be then using DMX TRX to trigger those effects. To connect the DMX TRX into your device, you are using standard XLR cable, DMX cable, 3-pin. On request, we can also produce controllers and DMX TRX with a 5-pin version of the XLR. So that way, yeah, some folks like 5-pin more. We can do it. Certainly, we can do it on request. So to send the DMX from the DMX TRX into your device, you will simply use this XLR cable. You have to make sure that you have some effects stored on an SD card, and also you have to make sure that you turn off the testing mode on the controller. And as you can see, there is this little icon indicating that the device is now in a DMX mode, because once I will unplug DMX TRX, you will notice DMX in is disconnected and autoplay mode is back in. What does it mean? DMX TRX generates constantly DMX data and sending it out into your receiving device. So once you will plug it in, connect it to your controller, these are the buttons that I have created or I have made, assembled. You can see that I have labeled those. First will be always off, and then I am switching between different animations that I have on an SD card. And if I want to turn everything off, I will simply, and always if we want to turn anything off, press the first button, which will terminate the data going to the output of the device into your pixels or controllers. The good thing also is that you can use, or I did for this buttons, I used the standard, again, because we really like it, Cat6 cable, where I only used the 8 pairs that are available to connect these 8 buttons. And advantage is that you can take it on a very long distance, since it has twisted pairs and it's resistant to any noise that there might be along the way. So always this is a very good option instead, for example, of a standard DMX cable XLR. Cat6 can be a very good option for you to send out the data. If you want to take it on a very, very long range, then DMX can work for up to 300 meters. So you can also use DMX cable. And I think that's it. We really like this device. The most common use case would be, or we are asked a lot from our customers, they want to have a hardwired solution. They don't want to have tablet, they don't want to have PC or a mobile phone to switch between effects that they have on an SD card. They want to have buttons somewhere where they can, or their staff in a bar, where they can access it very easily and trigger different effects for different occasions. That is why they like the DMX GRX solution, because you can use any kind of buttons and you can have them hardwired to your controller, and that way the battery won't run out. So you will be always 100% sure that you can trigger the effects if you want to or need to. Another accessory, another gadget that we are producing and offering to clients are these two TTL buffers. We've got two versions, and they are very small. And as you can see, well, this is actually not one, this is multiple TTL buffers. We are selling those in a pack of 10. You can check also on the eShop the price, and there is also a data sheet that you can check whether this might be good for your project or not. So as you can see, it's very small, something like a micro SD card, and you can use, this is a 12-volt version, and you can use it with strips that have backup signal data, which is very common these days. So you can use it for 12-volt strip with backup data. The design or the size is, it's not a coincidence. It's roughly or almost the same width as your standard 50/50 LED pixel strip addressable. So you can place it or solder it right onto your strip. You always solder this at the end of the strip, so at the beginning of the signal that you want to boost. So if I've got two segments, one here and another one, let's say 5 meters away, you want to place your TTL buffer at the output so that it will boost the signal, and that signal will be then able to travel even such distance. It is very hard to tell whether you would need a TTL buffer for your project beforehand. That is why we are suggesting to customers to have a couple in spare in case that they will be experiencing some difficulties with the signal traveling over a longer distance. Anything over 10 meters, we suggest that the customer use a Symmetrizer device, which will allow you to send the data over a very long distance. If you want to find out more about the Symmetrizer, it's not part of this webinar. Go check out our YouTube or on our page, the Wiki section, where you can find a lot of information about the Symmetrizer and how you can send the data over even 350 meters, which we've tested. But 100 meters is a safe bet. What I wanted to tell by this, again, this is subject to a test, whether you will be working with the 24-volt version or a 12-volt version. This is subject to test. It can work with some LED strips on even 20 meters, and then you will have another strip, another batch. Perhaps the quality of the production will be lower, and you'll be experiencing issues even on 2 meters. So that is why it is always a good idea to have some of these as spares available, and you can install them, and most probably it will help you on a not that long distances. Yeah. So go check out on our page in the shop whether this might help you with your project. Of course, this is not limited in any extent to our devices. You can use these two for projects where you are using third-party controllers. Doesn't really matter whether they are ours or third-party. So these would be the TTL buffers. Again, technical specification available on our page. Any questions in regards to this, Ben, perhaps? Okay. Then I would like to talk about this skyscraper of a controllers that I have here. I've got three different bulb dimmers or powered bulb dimmers. Powered means that there is a power source inside each of these boxes, and it can be in a different voltage. Obviously, you can have 24 volt, 12 volt, or 33 volt. So these we can produce on request with a specific power supply for your specific pixels and projects. So always reach out to us what type of power source, which voltage you need for your project, and we will simply slap the power sources inside. Again, more technical data you can find on the page in the datasheet, but mostly what is most important is that these are produced in 12 to 24 volt range, and they have 64 individual outputs, and you can use it for short pixel segments, not digital though, but analog RGB pixels. And I have two examples here where I am using simple white pixels and some analog pixels. So I will send out some signal and we can start here. And we can play again. Test. You can already see that some of these RGB pixels are on. So these two versions, I've got, I think these are 24 volt pixels, yes, and these are standard 12 volt RGB pixels. And the way, or why you can now see the blue LEDs on, is that I have only connected the plus, and to the other channel I have connected the blue pad on the LED pixels. If I would connect the green pad, you would only, or I would only light up the green color on the RGB pixels. As you can see, the length of the segment is not that long. That is because of the limitation of the output. I think it's 65 milliamps for the output, one of the 64 outputs on the device, and hence the segments can't be that big. But on the other hand, you can have the cable or the wire going from the output into your pixel. It can be very, very long. So for 24 volt, it can be even 10 meters or even longer. Right now I am playing just a simple test pattern. If I will have all solid, you can see that my pixels are on, and also all the blue LED analog strips or analog pixels on my analog strips are on. You can also daisy chain multiple powered dimmers up to 60. It has 64 outputs, and you have to be within the limit of the single output, which is 1024 pixels. So you can have multiple such dimmers on a single output, and on each dimmer you can have up to 64 pixels. We are using, or yes, perhaps this is also important, I am using simple pixels, simple single color pixels here, and standard RGB analog strips, short segments. But you can also use dimmable LED bulbs that are also single color or yeah, single color basically. So you can use these also. Just remember that you have to make sure that they are within the same voltage range as the power supply that is in the device. And also other different fixtures. If you have any question whether your specific fixture will work with this device, please email us and we can double check against the technical specification of your fixture whether it will work or not. How you are sending the data into the powered bulb dimmer? Well, it's standard, again, WS2812, I think, or 11 signal. So you can use, again, third-party controllers, but since we are sending the differential data into the controller, you have to have two symmetrizers, one at the start of the signal and one at the end. So that way it will create the symmetrical differential data, because that is the kind of data that the device is able to translate then into each and every of those outputs. So yes, you can use third-party controllers, even though we would like you to use ours, but we are not limiting you strictly to our controllers. And once again, as with SPI, lamp, or the pixel shifter, I've mentioned this, we are using or sending out differential data, so the distance from the controller to your dimmer can be very, very long. We are talking hundreds of meters. If you are not sure whether it will work on your specific project, on your specific distance, we can always have a mock-up here and we can test whether it will work. Or you can send us a sample and we can test whether it will work properly for your specific project. So don't hesitate, just reach out to us. I already mentioned that you can daisy chain multiple together and then use LED Strip Studio software to map everything out and send the effects or animations into your pixels. You can have, that's why I have all this on the table. You don't have to have the PC running all the time on site 24/7. So that's why you can create your effects beforehand, store them on an SD card, and then use, for example, DMX, TRX to trigger your effects. So all these can work in sync to deliver the effects that you've created in the software, and you don't need the PC running all the time. There are different other options that you can use to trigger the effects. The previous webinar was about this very topic, so go check that out if you are interested to find out what other means than DMX you can use to trigger the effects that are on an SD card. I think it's an interesting watch, so go check that out if you have some time. Ben, perfect. Apart from the two bulb dimmers that are controlling either short segments or dimmable LED bulbs or single color pixels that are either 12 or 24 volt, we also have another powered bulb dimmer, which this time is for our own custom-made, designed LED bulbs. These have two different filaments, warm white and cold white. They are running on 33 volts, and I want to show you those as well. So I will connect this into the dimmer that is at the very bottom, and you can see that they are already on. And yes, you can combine different dimmers since they have built-in power supply and you're only sending the data to each and every one of those. So you can combine your short color segments, bulbs, single color pixels, and our Edison CCT bulbs, which you can see here. Okay, I will take it against the background of my shirt. If we will go back into the web config, right now I'm playing a all solid effect. But if I will go through different effects, you can see that only 2 bulbs are playing. That's why, and there is also a video available on YouTube, it is important to create the mapping in the software so that you will be able to control each and every bulb individually. There is a previous webinar, a previous video about this, so go check that out as well, where I explain how to map everything properly in the software so that you will be able to send out the effect that you've created in your mind into your pixels. But of course, if you will need help, you can always book a free consultation with us on our page, and we can have a short talk either about your project or about the specific topic that you are struggling with, for example, the software or the controller or the triggers. That you can always reserve on our page. If you will go into the consultation section on ledstripstudio.com, where you can choose book a free consultation, a calendar will appear, and you will simply select the slot that you want to have a chat with us. So feel free to reserve a slot, and we'll be more than happy to talk about your project. Or, sorry, you can send us a message on the chat that is also on the page. Right. Again, as with the standard bulb dimmers, powered bulb dimmers, you can have a very long distance between the controller and the dimmer, since we are sending out the differential data, differential signal. And yes, again, you can use it with third-party controllers. Just be sure that you will be then also ordering and using 2 Symmetrizers to create your differential data. I also have here, because not only you can connect our Edison bulbs, but if you would be lucky and you will be able to find a data sheet, these are like standard normal Christmas lights, and we were lucky enough to find such lights that are 33 volts. They are connected anti-parallel, so and they are working with the powered bulb dimmer, for dual polarity dimmer, I mean. And you can also use these for your projects. So you are not limited just to our bulbs, but if you are able to find or probably have custom made string lights that are in the same voltage range, then you can also use these and create very nice effects for very specific events, such as weddings. We've used these very strings for the wedding of our boss, Michal, and everyone who was there was amazed how amazing they look. And they are simple Christmas lights. And yes, you can have 64 of these in a single box. So you can really have a lot, even though that they are pretty dim, the lights, you can have a lot connected to a single box, and that way, believe me, everything will shine, everything will be super shiny. And I think that I have mentioned everything in regards to what I have here on the table. I will just very quickly show you on the page where you can find the wiki section. So you will go onto ledstripstudio.com, you will click on support and knowledge base, and here there is a search available, and you will find a device or a specific topic that you're interested in. Type it in and it will give you a list of articles or blog posts that are about the topic that you're searching. Apart from that, you can find the products and most importantly, probably the shop section, where you can see the prices, where you can see all the, or where you can download or the technical specification or the data sheet. to each and every product that is available there. And I think that would be it. I promised that today it will be very quick. Let's see whether I have some more slides here. Just this one, the very last one. If you have any questions, reach out on WhatsApp on this very number. Send us a message on Facebook, Instagram, where we are adding almost every day a new video about our project, our stuff. So it might be also a good knowledge base, a good point where you can learn more about LED pixels, and also our Facebook. And if you need a quote, send it to info@ledstripstudio.com and we will get in touch with you as soon as possible in regards to your project. I will ask you, Ben, whether there is any question. No? Perfect. Next time, hopefully, we will be also able to stream on TikTok. For those of you who are on TikTok, you will be able to also watch the webinar there. Sometime next week, we will send out the invitation for the next session and also what would be the topic. If you have any ideas on what the topic should be or what you are missing, please let us know and we might prepare a webinar to your specific wishes. Thank you again for joining and have a good one. Thanks. Bye.